G'day, this is Captainoob and welcome back to Murmrgh's Lucky Dip video series where I go up to Murmrgh and hope for a weapon that is worth using. Hopefully something with a suppressor will be available to me today, so please Murmrgh if you will. Hang on, we've already done a pump action, haven't we? Next! Alright. Looks like we're doing another grenade launch. This one's mutants, limb damage, and faster reload. Yep, like that. So kind of like the auto grenade launcher. The third legendary effect is kind of the winner here. The limb damage negligible and 10% additive is nothing. So whatever, it's cool. We'll use it. Okay, compared to the auto grenade launcher, this does have a little bit more customization. Nothing too substantial. It's got a standard receiver, which would lead me to believe that it was some sort of prime receiver. Maybe it was cut from the game, but unfortunately, there's no evidence of connection to this server or anything like prime 40mm grenades. You can have, for fuck's sake, game. Yeah, so where were we? Yeah, no prime grenades. That's very unfortunate. I lost the train of thought when I saw that I was going to get disconnected. You can increase the range and accuracy by chucking on the long barrel, and to give this the full look of the thumper, you can put a full stock on, which decreases your accuracy. Okay. I don't see the logic behind that one. But yeah, we will have this thing as a full thing. It looks like a rifle stock upside down. And just to give this a little bit of a New Vegas reference here, we'll call it something like, I don't know, what was that thing called? That one. Actually, no, we can do better. What's better than thump thump? How about thump thump thump? There we go. Thump, thump, thump. And maybe we'll see this thing go thump, 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 because there's a little bit of interesting stuff going on with launches in this game at the moment. And basically, you can get a lot more DPS than what the game really intends. I also like how you can see the rifling on the barrel and the grenade inside it. Don't do this with real guns, especially grenade launchers. You might lose an eyeball or something. So the loadout is going to be basically the same as I did with the auto grenade launcher. So we'll chuck on Bloody Mess and Demo Expert. Couple of things to consider. Gunsmith to make sure this thing doesn't break too quickly. We've got Concentrated Fire, Glow Sight for zeroing it on limbs, and if there's anything glowing, generally they are tankier. That's good. Ordnance Express, so we can carry all these grenades without being over capacity. And something important here is Lock and Load. That's going to synergize well with the legendary effect on the weapon for faster reloads and also Speed Demon. So we're going to have a pretty speedy reload when we get this thing up and going. And just to show you this in a little bit of a vacuum here where there's nothing going on, that's pretty fast. I'm going to blow up that car. See? It's gone now. There it goes. So here we are at, is it Nellis Air Force Base? Is that where the boomers are? Well, guess what? The boomers have all been exposed to FEV and they're all green men now. It's kind of weird how that happened, but here we are. Explain that one, Oxhorn. So we are getting some pretty good work done here. We're fortunate enough to catch some of the other enemies around in a little bit of the splash, which is nice, but as you can tell, using this thing in bat seems to be the way to go. I am targeting the leg to see if I can get a little bit better damage, and they seem to be doubling up somehow. We managed to get a double kill there for 888 XP. It's a reference to the 888 Commodore that used to be in the Australian touring cars. For some reason, I got a lot more damage with the splash on that guy than I did with the direct hit on the grenade. Nice. Good to see the explosive shockwave doesn't penetrate through walls or anything. That's the accuracy, by the way. The spread on this thing is actually quite massive. It's probably not going to matter a whole lot because most of the inaccuracy is a point blank thing. Speaking of point blank, I can do that because I can. Courtesy of Dense Chest Piece and Fireproof rank 3. Very important. Also, yeah, almost 400 damage. If we can... So we can actually see that even at full adrenaline, we're getting an extra 19 damage or something. It's not really that much. So, yeah, additive sucks. So hopefully they, come to their senses and... Is a dog chasing me? Thirsty boy. Oh, he's actually survived it. You can get a bash kill here. Oh yeah, and it explodes because far-flung fireworks can proc on bash damage kills. So that's cool. Or bash damage in general. Hey, that's pretty good. Managed to hit that guy twice. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but perhaps it's a little bit of deception on the weapons part, but thank goodness we've got blocker for that one. It seems that we're getting... Whoops, that was just me hitting the touchpad. It seems that we're getting a lot more damage than we ought to. Did you just tank that? Well, he's a good boy after all. Vanguards could use some of that. Unfortunately, it is not anything to do with AP regen, so I'm gonna leave it. Let's go inside, and actually, never mind. Let's go somewhere else. We know how this thing goes against mutants already. One thing that I kind of like about the grenade launchers in this game is that they both do the same amount of damage. Like, if it's like a stock version of each, they both do the exact same amount of damage, and the only thing that is going to be separating them is the DPS, because obviously a big belt-fed grenade launcher machine gun thingy. Hey, look, there's an extra ghoul today. It's gonna, like, shoot at the ground, get some hit markers around so we can blow up more ghouls in a more time-efficient manner. Ooh, wow. They're surprisingly grenade-proof today. There we go. That's what you wanted. Nice, 1,000 dump of XP. Let's get this thing reloaded and hold down the choke point. Hopefully you don't getting flanked. Now, normally explosives around the Lost is a bad idea, but we're not going to attract any more by spamming explosives, which is good. Alright, time to go in here. Yes, that'll do. Also, unlike regular projectiles, you can't put... There we go, there's a Two-Fang right there. Yeah, so I did mention this before. You can totally Two-Fang this weapon, and it's very easy to do it. If you know what Two-Fanging is, it's a reference to one of Zero the Assassin's skill in Borderlands 2. Basically, you got a chance to fire another shot instantly after taking a shot. Oh, I actually killed myself there. I wanted to... Was that because I was a critical? Who knows? Maybe it's because I was already dead. If you're wondering, it was a cloaking wood right arm. Total waste of time picking that up. We'll leave Bambi alone because, you know, how else is that product going to make any money if not from us being guilty about a mother dying off screen? Whoops, spoilers. So yeah, looks like targeting the leg seems to be the more effective way of killing these guys, because I did hit one of these guys in the torso before and it didn't kill him instantly. That was the touchpad again. This time it was more helpful. We'll knock him off with a bit of bash damage, and a badass appears, and he's going to tank a lot of damage. Whoops. Good thing you can reload, and then we'll cancel your reloading by sprinting. They added that in fairly late into the game, but, you know, it's pretty good. Kind of like it. It gets you out of situations. Okay, so tanky zombie down. The Lost Brute, if you will. Let's move on, and... Nice, that's a good ragdoll. That's an even better ragdoll. They should have that reaction all the time. I wouldn't even object. Who cares if I'm tossing away legendaries? They're most likely going to give me crap like this anyway. Who wants that? I'd rather see an enemy get flicked off into space, honestly. That's more amusing. Okay, so Bambi's preventing me from fast traveling when I say to, so yeah, you gotta go down. You gotta take one for the team, Bambi. Tell you what, I think Miranda has appeared in most of these things so far. Would that mean she's lucky or unlucky? I'll let you decide. There's a guy with a missile launcher. He gets a critical and then fires a missile at me, which does nothing. Yeah, all of the chest is protected, but the limbs around it are also protected somehow. Here we go. Here's a little bit of indirect fire. We can use this tactical lobbing to our advantage and hitting the rock in front of us because we've got a very poor reference of aim, to be honest. These grenades are like big as basketballs, man. They'll catch on anything, which sucks inside. Anyways, we'll move on. They didn't get the alarm off, so we don't have to wait around for any hounds to show up, which is a-okay with me. And what I'd like to do here is get a little bit of Two-Fang action, so... I don't know if you can pull it off in VATS. You probably can't, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Spam that trigger. There we go. Toe Whipper. I don't think you can do this. No, you definitely can't do it whilst aiming down sight, so you got to deal with this abysmal hip fire whilst you do it. It's like I'm using a two-shot one, to be honest, but, you know, worse. That was a 3-banger. See, I called it thump, thump, thump for a reason. There it is. You've had to wait like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes for it to happen, but here we are. So you might have noticed my attitude towards this game has changed, and you might be thinking that I like it. The truth is that I kind of don't, but honestly, I'm just here for the ride now. Instead of this game is bad and it could be better, my attitude now is just, it is what it is. Because I've got no control how this game is going to work. I need to disable this touchpad. This is bad. Thump, thump, thump. Synergizes badly with touchpad, everyone. There we go. It's gone away now. And maybe you just saw the desktop. I hit the wrong button. See, I got the function key and the... nice stagger there, pal. I got the function key and the Windows one reversed, so when I was using target preview in XCOM 2, usually activated by Alt, sometimes I'd hit the Windows key and just tab myself out of the game. That wasn't fun. What we should be doing is bouncing grenades in between these two. Bit of Two-Fang action. You shouldn't be mad at this if you're a viewer, because honestly, I'm speeding the process up. If Bethesda would like to ban me for showcasing such an exploit, my ID is Captainoob72, and I won't notice until, like, after work, so you could be doing it basically anytime. I don't think this has any merit in use of PvP, so you can't really use it to grief. Apparently, she doesn't like the frag-flavored grenades today. Alright, it's the size of a bloody bus, and a house and everything. How can we possibly miss that? Alright. We're in the danger zone now, everyone. I hate marsupials so much. Look at me, just bouncing and taking a shot. You know, I think the next Fallout shouldn't have marsupial in it because it's kind of dumb, actually. So there's a lot of things introduced in Fallout 76 that the following games could do without. Did that Myla Queen just punch the house? I think she did. She keeps going for a charge attack, but obviously she's being blocked by the house. You know, this reminds me of the time I was watching my little brother play Skyrim, and what he was doing, he was sitting up on a rock and shooting a mammoth with arrows, just like the basic iron arrows, you know, entry-level stuff. And this is on a TV, and Mum was watching too, and she witnessed the whole thing, and she's just like, is that mammoth just gonna sit there and take it? I lost it, because, you know, sometimes an outside influence really gets you knowing of what these games are kind of like. And if you're not familiar with Fallout 76 and you see me jumping around like it's Borderlands the pre-sequel, you're going to think, what the hell is even going on? What is this game? And I don't blame you. And anyways, enough messing around. I got to find a workbench so I can make more grenades. You know, I find it kind of funny that a lot of these... well, the last 2 3-star weapons, the best legendary effect on them has been the 3rd legendary effect. Yeah, there's some people, when I used to do Murmrgh rolls, like in bulk, as like a whole thing for videos on the channel, like, why don't you just go for 2 stars? Well, in some cases, the 3-star variants are the better ones here, and I'm kind of wasting time dealing with these scorched here. So what I'll do is I'll just shoot this one instead. Oh, we can Two-Fang and VATS as well. Alright, we've got to spam that mouse button now. We've got a bunch of concentrated fire accuracy. Eventually, those grenades are going to get there. Like heat-seeking missiles, I tell ya. There's also a bunch of chumps over here, and we'll probably deal with them. Seeing some better success now. We're really using this pay-to-win tenor to our advantage here. Because they can't punch you. That's their main avenue of damage gone. They can blink at you and blind you, but they won't be doing much. And there's another Two-Fang up. Heat Seekers are on their way. That's a thump, thump, thump. See ya. And look at that. AP usage is honestly, like, really good for some reason. I actually quite like that. Alright, time to finish off this one. Pretty shocking accuracy from back there. I'm going to be surprised if they hit. They did hit. Well, Alright, now you're in range. We'll just shoot you. You know, funnily enough, the stock here is screwing us over. Stop that. Because we'd be getting slightly better accuracy and everything without it. You know, those AI are very clever for hiding behind that, because if they're hiding us sufficiently far away from like where the fence is, I can't actually touch them without lobbing the grenade directly on them. I think she's about to give out the grenade launcher. I mean, Marauder's fine. Never been better. She's got more lead in her blood than iron now. It can't be that good for you. I can't believe I'm wasting another repair kit on this, but yeah, thanks Bethesda for messing up what was previously a good condition model. I should probably check out what he dropped me, just in case people are wondering. Well, it's more mutants crap, so... No, that's the grenade launcher we're using. It's showing up because I dropped it after creating grenades for no reason. And here comes all the melee dudes. Hey, look, it's an AP refresh. Well, that's actually a pretty good roll, to be honest. I'm sorry, game, I doubted you, but, you know, the prefix kind of ruins it. If that had have been unyielding, perfect. Love it. There's a turd over there shooting me. Let's see how accurate I am with this. How can I calculate the drop? Can I do it properly? I was close. No. Higher. You know what? I'm just going to give up. You win this round. I'm going home. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do I have anything to say in closing? No, I think you get the idea. Everything that has been needed to be talked about has been shown and otherwise talked about. See ya.